What's up, VCT Washington 607 here, and I can't believe I'm doing another one of these. I know my last video I was showing I was answering Tim Allen's video about trying to inspire him, and the thing that was funny is that once I did it, have you ever like gone back and said, oh God, I should have shown that one, I should have recommended this one, that's what happened. So this will be part 2. So I'm gonna get started because there's a lot of stuff here. First, I want to recommend Craig Jaquico and Russ Freeman, who's the leader from the group The Rippingtons. And I think Craig was part of Jefferson Starship or one of those things. It's on the Windham Hill group label. So I guess it's kind of like a little new agey and kind of stuff like that, but it is very good. I play this thing a lot, especially first thing in the morning. I go for my walk because I have this on my iPod and I just play it. It has that nice, it's like a nice cool breeze feel, and I love that cover art right there. So definitely Craig Jaquico and Russ Freeman. Oh, this is From the Redwoods to the Rockies, and that's what it feels like you're walking like in a nice forest or something. It's got that kind of feel and sound to it. And also I'm going to recommend this guy, I can't even say his name, TONINHO HORTA, Diamond Line, fantastic guitar player, more like a Brazil kind of like feel to it and stuff, jazzy in some areas, and you can see, and he also sings like in his native language. You can see Wayne Shorter plays on here, but this guy is really good. Anyone who really knows him would definitely recommend this to you and stuff. So TONINHO HORTA, very good. Staying on that same thing, this is I haven't shown you any real good Brazils except for HORTA, but this guy is the granddaddy, Caetano Veloso. This is De Bossa de Caetano, the granddaddy, just like up there with what's his name? You know what I'm talking about, the girl from Ipanema and stuff like that. This guy was the granddaddy of the old bossa nova. And he does a great version of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, and it's just crazy. Then he goes from Billie Jean to Eleanor Rigby and a whole lot of good, Brazilian tracks. But this is definitely something I would definitely recommend to you. Put these here. Up next, this is Charlie Hunter, self-titled. He's a guitar bass player, kind of jazzy, funky, but you can see the instrument, you can see it is half guitar and half bass. He actually built that himself and stuff, and he has like Leon Park on drums and percussion, who I love and stuff, and like it's kind of like it's funky in some areas, kind of I know jazzy in other areas, but it's very good. So this is Charlie Hunter, self-titled. And sticking to the jazz, this is one of my favorite piano players, Brad Mehldau, Places. And this is something that he wrote when he was traveling through a lot of airports. So you can see where it says places, Los Angeles, 29 Palms, Madrid, Amsterdam. And he just kind of named it after all the places he had visited and just put these beautiful trio melodies to them. It's just beautiful, beautiful stuff. I don't know, it reminds me of like music for airports in some similar fashion, but it is very good. So I definitely highly recommend Brad Mehldau, Places. And get something more aggressive, Dave Fruscianski's jazz punk, which is exactly what it is. It's jazz punk music, very avant-garde, electronic, hard, loud and stuff. But he does a great version of Pat Metheny Bright Side's Life, and also Third Stone from the Sun. So this is really good. I love that cover. So this is David Fruscianski. This is jazz punk, very good. Okay, next. This is someone I really like. This is the Stanley Clarke Trio with Hiromi, who's a fantastic Japanese young piano player. Stanley Clarke and Lenny White. This is an album that they did together. I think it came out, when did it come out? In 2009 and stuff. Just great jazz stuff, and they do a great version of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge. It's really, really, really good. And a good version of Someday My Prince Will Come. So the Stanley Clarke Trio with Hiromi and Lenny White. So definitely. That's good stuff. And we're going to get a little bit into some Memphis blues. This is one of my favorite singers here. This is Shamika Copeland, Never Going Back to Memphis. I've seen her perform live. She just has a great, raunchy, hard, and soulful voice and stuff. Got that nice Memphis blues style. there and stuff. Because I think her father was Copeland, was Johnny Copeland, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, John Medeski plays on here, but this woman's just got a great voice. So Shamika Copeland, this is Never Going Back. Great. And also one of my favorite, I guess you saw like a nice indie pop duo. This is The Bird and the Bee. Ray guns are not just the future. And you can see Greg Kirsten and his girl. Now, if you remember Greg, when I showed you the action figure party, that's the guy who was behind that. But just great indie pop. Love it. Bird and the Bee. Next one, this is a singer named Yusef, Rose singer. But Yusef is actually AKA Cat Stevens. That's when he converted to the Islamic thing. But don't hold that against him, you know? Just great. It's just great. Nice, folky, great stuff. He sounds just like he always did, Cat Stevens, but the songs are just so well written and stuff, so very good. So that's Yusef, Rhodes singer. Getting back to some jazz again. I've shown him earlier, I'm going to show him some other stuff by Peter Broxman. And this is a 2 CD set with solo and trio Roma. So what it is him. There's 2 CDs, him just playing all these different saxophones, and then the rest of it has him playing with his trio. So let me see, hold on, I'll drop it there. And let me see if you guys can see that. And look how long some of those tracks are, it's ridiculous, right? But they're all good, just free avant-garde sickness. You can see like the trio there, the bass player, I don't know, the drummer, and you can see Peter. Right there, just blowing hard. That's what he does. But this thing is like crazy. You better be ready for it. It's definitely gonna blow you away there. So definitely Peter Broxman. Let's see. And some more indie pop. This is Bell and Sebastian. If You're Feeling Sinister, one of my favorite ones by them and stuff. Reminds me a little bit like you mix Bird and the Bee, Stereo Lab, all those kind of indie pop things. But you definitely should have some Bell and Sebastian in there. Up next, this is an interesting one, and I liked it, and I played it. Good how good it was. This is actually Steve Martin. Yes, Steve Martin and Edie Brickell. Love Has Come For You. And because Steve Martin plays the banjo, and he plays very well, I got to give the man credit. And it's like good, like country Americana stuff, but it really is a good record. Alright, how good you can see Edie and Steve just standing there. It's really good. It's really good. It's real good country Americana, and I love Edie Brickell's voice. So definitely pick that up. And going back to the Brazilian, you gotta have some Gilberto Gil Luminoso, and it's just Gilberto Gil, another great guy from doing that good bossa nova. Just him, just voicing guitar, just like Caetano Veloso. Just gotta sit down, get the guitar, play it, do your thing. Beautiful stuff. You can see. Oh look, there's a kid from Caetano Veloso in the future, next to being Caetano. See, there you go. There's a connection. Next one. This is Laura Marlin. Once I Was an Eagle. Laura Marlin, great new singer-songwriter and stuff. I love her voice. She just has a beautiful voice. I saw her recently. I know it's hard to describe her. She just has this kind of haunting kind of voice, and the songwriting is very mature. I love it. So definitely Laura Marlin. Gotta get that. And getting back to this, you gotta have some Artisambo of Chicago. And this is a 2-disc, but it has a Jackson in Your House, Message to Our Folks, Reese and the Smooth Ones. What can I say? Avant-garde all the way, free, everything. So watch out. It's got let me hold on to this. It's got a nice big booklet in there and stuff. It's really good. I can show you better if I show you that picture. You can see them right there. This is just really good. So definitely have to pick that up. Ensemble Chicago, so good. This is another collection I have. Jazz Tool, a collection of avant-garde free jazz psychedelic from the BYG actual catalog, 1969-1971. Love that cover. You can see the guys on there. Sonny Murray, Archie Shepp, Sonny Chirac, Sun Ra and his orchestra, Ensemble Chicago, Don Cherry, Gong. Look at that. You definitely have to pick that. And I know this comes on vinyl. I've seen people show it on vinyl. But there's the disc right there, disc 3. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see if I can open it. Just hold on to it so I don't drop anything. You can see all the pictures of some of the guys there. Stuff, isn't that something? Beautiful. It's got a nice big booklet in there too. So definitely, you should definitely get that. Yep. Okay guys, where are we going now? Let's start down here. Of course, you have to have some Oliver Nelson. Fantabulous. Of course, Oliver Nelson, great saxophone player. With the orchestra, really good, just good straight on jazz. A lot of, except for a few, a lot of them were written by Oliver Nelson, of his own compositions and stuff, which I thought was excellent and stuff. So definitely gotta have some Oliver Nelson. And this is the Jazz Passengers, featuring Deborah Harry and Elvis Costello. Jazz Passengers, good, another good free jazz group, can play a lot of different styles of jazz. And you can see Deborah Harry's picture right there. Elvis Costello's on here also. I actually picked this up at Academy Records. You can see the little price tag on there. I gotta get that off, but definitely this is individually twisted, and it is, but it's really good. And let's see if I can. And you can see Deborah Harry down there. Look, so these guys are really good. So definitely gotta get that. This is one I like. This is Andre Previn, After Hours with Joe Pass and Ray Brown. Of course, great Andre Previn, piano player. Just straight good jazz, just guitar, piano, guitar, and bass. Doing like a lot of the standards, but it's very good. You can hear the maturity. These guys just still playing good, even at that age. So definitely. This next one, this is the late great Michael Brecker. Don't Try This at Home. Great jazz. And I think Herbie Hancock plays on here. Jack DeJohnette. Charlie Hayton also played on here. Yeah, Michael's no longer with us and stuff. His brother is still Michael. And yeah, so. But definitely Michael Brecker, Don't Try This at Home. It's an Impulse label. Also, this is Jimmy, what's anything? Wilfrey, The Easy Way. He's here with the clarinet. But he plays a lot of things. He plays saxophone, Jim Hall's on guitar, and Ray Brown on bass. Another good straight ahead jazz thing. And he plays like clarinet, tenor saxophone, baritone saxophone. You can look at the tracks right there. So definitely Jimmy Garfield. Now this, I forgot I had this. I had this on vinyl when I was a kid living in Harlem in the 70s. This is Jose Feliciano and The Feeling's Good. I remember when I brought this, I wanted because it had the TV theme from Chico and the Man. Remember that with Freddie Prinze, Jack Albertson? And this trick, Hard Times in El Barrio. I said, love that. So, and I actually like this. Good. Jose Feliciano. Good. And of course, you gotta have Dorothy Ashby, Afro harping. Great. Just beautiful stuff with her playing the harp. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Richard Evans was the arranger and stuff. Called Dorothy Ashby. Afro harping, beautiful stuff, so you have to get that. Also, this is the Crusaders, Pass the Plate. Crusaders, Wayne Henderson and those, Joe Sample, Wayne Henderson and those guys. Just good old jazz funk, just from the beginning. This is just a thing there, and you can see the guy passing the plate right there. So definitely, of course, we lost Joe Sample not too long ago, so there's the Crusaders, Pass the Plate. This is one I also found at Academy. This is Philip Catherine. If you remember, he played with Larry Coryell on that Back Together Again album I showed you in my last video. But this is a live one that he did with these guys. I'm not even going to concert in. I can't even know. Caberton. This is a live show that they did and stuff. It's just good. Philip Catherine's a great guitar player. You can see he's got a little booklet there. You can see the back right there. And, they do stuff like Announcement, My Funny Valentine, and some of the songs, You've Changed, Speak Low, and stuff. But it is good. This is a lot of things. So that's Philip Catherine. Okay, this is another compilation that I like. This is Tropicala. Great collection if you want some good, what is it? Some straight bossa nova to Tropicana. He says Gilberto Gil, As Mutantes, you have to get some of their stuff too. Gal Costa was great, Cantano Veloso, Jorge Ben, a Brazilian revolution in sound. Love this collection, it's so good. It's got a big thick booklet. And then everything, get the booklet out. Look at the side. Oh look, there's As Mutantes right in the back, right there. That's them right there. And this is just great. The book is thick, guys. You won't be messing around if you got this book and stuff. You see, like, the picture of Gilberto Gil. This is such a great thing. I love this. And this is interesting. Look at all this, guys. Look at that. Some kind of picture. Town of Veloso of the revolution and stuff, which is really good. And, you know, so definitely, if you want to get... Oh, there's Tomez and Gal Costa. This one right there. So definitely, if you have to get a book, you must get this one. Okay, doesn't want to go back in. Okay, maybe if I do it this way. You know what, I'll take care of that later. So definitely there's Tropicana. I'll take care of it later. Okay, getting to some blues. We got Junior Wells, Voodoo Man Blues classic with, I believe the Buddy Guy plays on there. And look, and this was the re-release, and it has over 63 over an hour, and if you guys can look, it's like 26 tracks and stuff. So definitely Voodoo Man Blues. And one of my favorite singers, the great Laura Nyro. This is the original album classics. You can see Laura Nyro, of course, great singer-songwriter, lost her to cancer. And the things come in these nice little books right there and stuff, which I really like. Of course she did, because she sang with LaBelle, wrote a lot of songs for them and stuff. So Laura Nyro, definitely. Then we have, this is Charles Mingus. Mingus plays piano, spontaneous compositions and improvisations, which is definitely what it is. I love that picture. It's just him doing solo piano work. His own original compositions, which are really, really, really excellent. You can see you get great Mingus right there. It's on the Impulse label, so definitely Mingus. And of course, you gotta have some Sandy Denny, the North Star, Grassman and the Ravens, right there. This is the newly remastered, of course, from Fairport Convention. And just great singer-songwriter. Has bonus tracks on there, because that's what the original looks like, and it has all the bonus tracks right there. But definitely, I love Sandy Denny. Great. It's running long. We still got something to go, guys, and I'm gonna get it done. Going back, you have to have some classicals. So this is Hilary Hahn, Natalie Zhu, Mozart violin sonatas. I've actually seen her play at Carnegie Hall. A friend took me like about 2 years ago. Fantastic. And don't let her age fool you. This woman can play. Beautiful, beautiful player. Great. Of course, we got the Rebirth Brass Band. Rebirth in New Orleans. Just good New Orleans funk jazz. I've seen these guys play too at B.B. King's and stuff. Got all the brass instruments out there with the drums and everything else and stuff. Just doing it so you can see the guys up there on top. Big lineup. So this here, this is Chet Baker live at Ronnie Scott's in London, featuring Van Morrison. He only sings on one track, Send in the Clowns, but actually it's good. I think this was recorded in the 1980s, 1986. I'm thinking of Gary when he showed Chet Baker. I don't know if he knows about that one right there. Or Chet Baker live at Ronnie Scott's. This here, this is Chuck Mangione Quintet, Recudero. And that's a young Chuck Mangione. He just didn't feel so good all the time. And you can see Wynton Kelly, Sam Jones, Louis Hayes. Great, great, great jazz. This guy can really play. So, Chuck Mangione. Then, of course, we got to get into Papa John De Francesco, A Philadelphia Story. He also plays with his son, of course. Good steak. I'm hungry right now. And just the Hammond B organ, just good, funky Hammond B organ style stuff right there. So, Papa John De Francesco. Gotta have it. Next, this is Astor Gilberto with Stanley Turrentine. No Need to Say No More. Bill from Ipanema. And I also think this was produced by Diodato. Yeah, and Yeah, Deodato plays electric piano. Ron Carter, Toots Thielemans is on here also. So definitely have to get that. I know I ran along. It's taking longer than I thought because I have so many. This one, Eddie Daniels. This is now Eddie Daniels, great clarinet player. I'm going to go through these a little fast and not talk about them that much. Another one of my favorite piano players. This is Uplift, Monty Alexander. He's a great player, can play anything. But you definitely have that if you're getting piano people. And this is one I like. This is bass player Rob Wasserman Trios. And you can see some of the people he plays with there. Brian Wilson, Carney Wilson, Neil Young, Bob Weir, Bruce Hornsby, Edie Brickell, Jerry Garcia. Just all different kinds of stuff in there. Good, everything from Americana to straight bass to country. It's all mixed up in there with all those guys. Great bass player. Rock Wasserman Trios. Of course, gotta have some Katie Lang. Sis Boom Bang, Sing It Loud. Katie Lang. This is a good album. Great Americana feel. Nice country kind of stuff. And you can see a picture of Katie right there. This here we have the Swingle Sisters with the Modern Jazz Quartet. Plays Van Vendome. Of course, they're like these classical singers, and they're playing with the Modern Jazz Quartet. It's on the Phillips label. Really good. Excellent to mix those two things together, but it works. This is the Modern Sounds of Body Polento. I think he's like a Latin vibraphone player. And stuff just good Latin, early jazz and stuff. Guy was a genius. Could really play Bobby. I don't know who that is right there. So definitely some good Latin jazz. And for singers, you gotta have Judy London around midnight. Just can't say enough about Judy. Just had a great voice. Great old good voice right there. Another singer that's a little more recent. This is Karen Allison by request, the best of. Great jazz singer today, one of my favorites. Did a whole album dedicated to John Coltrane that I also have. And this is just the best of, and you see one of the songs down there. It's from Soul Train and stuff. So Karen Allison. We're almost done. Hold on a second. Okay. Up next, this is Joe Pass and J.J. Johnson will be together again. Just a guitar and a trombone. Great stuff by them. So I'm reaching through. I didn't expect for this to go this long. And I'm going to finish. Okay. For modern day guys, I like this. This is a good trumpet player, Jeremy Pelt, and the Men of Honor. Just a good modern day trumpet player. Young, but he guys sound like he's been playing for years. So definitely should get some of that. Up next, we got Dave Samuels, Natural Selection from Spyro Gyra. And Bruce Hornsby also plays on here. Of course, Dave Samuels, the vibraphone player. Definitely good. Up next, we have some introducing Paul Bley with Charles Mingus and Art Blakey. What can I say? Paul Bley, great piano player. Of course, Carla Bley's ex right there. You can see that. Very good, Paul Bley. And this is another Chet Baker. Plays the best of Lerner and Lowe. So, I like that picture. And everybody's on here. Bill Evans, Herbie Mann on flute, Zoot Sims, Pepper Adams. And he just plays trumpet good. He doesn't sing on this one. I don't think it's just sing. I just like it better if he just plays. And getting back to the Latin, gotta have some Tito Puente Dance Mania and his orchestra. This is the Legacy Edition. Of course, Tito Puente. What can I say? It's Tito. There's nothing left to be said. Right? It's Tito. This is like Mr. Groove Band, Rocket 88 tribute to Ike Turner. This is like a project of this band that got together, did a tribute to Ike Turner. You see Bonnie Barnett, who's a good singer. And it's just a nice tribute album with a lot of young, old kind of blues, just good raw stuff. Great. So definitely this is really, really good. Okay, what is this? Okay, guys, we got a few more and we'll be done. Ooh, 24 minutes. I was expecting to go that long. Okay, this is Taishiko Mariano Quartet live at Birdland. That's her husband right there. I don't have the back. It broke, so I had to get a clean one. But this was recorded like in 1960. Just good straight jazz. Okay, up next, Antonio. That's what I think about. A town called Antonio College Beam. This is called Composer. I don't need to say no more, but there's like 28 tracks on here. Look at that. Really big. You know, a lot of tracks on that one. And this is a guitar player like Grant Geisman. Cool, man, cool. Grant play, and this has some of everything. It's Latin, jazz. It's kind of like bluesy, shuffle blues. It's all over the place. And he has some good people playing here. I know Chick Corea plays on here, and Tom Scott. Patrice Rushen plays piano and keyboards on here. And you can see like the picture right there. So definitely Grant Geisman. This is Toots Stillman, the Brazil Project. And all you guys who really know your Brazil, which is a lot of you, you can see that lineup right there. Caetano Veloso, Milton Nascimento, Ivan Lins, Gilberto Gil, Ilani Elias. Just a great thing. I love this. So definitely Toots Stillman. And this is another saxophone player I like. This is Scott Hamilton, After Hours. And just straight ahead, good jazz. Wooden and You does know some classics and stuff. What's New and stuff. So, and I don't see Scott mentioned a lot, so definitely Scott Hamilton. And of course, here's our girl that I talked about, Hiromi, Place to Be. Fantastic piano player. That's my girl right there. Just avant-garde, electric all over the place, but I love this woman, Hiromi. We're almost done, guys. A few more. This is Mongo Santa Maria, Afro Roots. Of course, Mongo, the great Afro-Cuban percussionist. You see all those tracks on there. It's like a collection, almost like with the lady in front. This one here, this is Art Pepper, Tokyo Debut. This was recorded like in 1977, and I know it has like Pancho Sanchez and Cal Jader on there. Of course, the great Art Pepper. This is a good CD, definitely Tokyo Debut. And last but not least, this is a group called Sphere, and this is Kenny Barron, Ben Rowley, Charlie Rouse, who was Charles Mingus' saxophone player, and Buster Williams. How about that? Great jazz, a little avant-garde, a little straight ahead jazz. And guys, we're done. Oh my God, almost 27 minutes. I don't know, Tim, this is all your fault. You had a good thread and now you made me do another one, okay? But seriously, I hope you guys, especially you, Tim, got something out of that. So, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for giving me your time. Tim, check those out if you get a chance. Take care, VC. Peace out.